What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to do a quick review of the movie called The Wretched, which actually came out on May 1st, but we'll dive into it spoiler-free right now. So The Wretched came out in 2019, did the festival circuit, and got picked up. IFC Films is also putting this out. I was curious because it was an interesting sort of supernatural witch tale that I thought was kind of fun. So we decided to watch it. It's by the Pierce brothers, who, if you aren't familiar, actually did the film Deadheads, which is kind of like a zombie comedy, indie film that was actually pretty enjoyable. So it's been a while since they put something out, and it was kind of interesting to see that they're doing this kind of film. Now, they also wrote and directed this, so they did both sides of this, which gives a lot of films the creative control that you really need to do what you want. Although I'm sure some of the production is also part of that as well. But this movie it's really hard to talk about. I debated whether or not I was going to talk about this movie because there's just so many good and bad things that I like about it, or don't like about it. It's just really an odd movie that is more enjoyable than it is not. But before I get ahead of myself, let me tell you a little bit about what the story is. It's a witch movie, but it is about this kid who is dealing with his family that are pretty much going to get divorced at any moment now. And so he's staying with his father, who runs this lake and boathouse, and all these different characters that he meets. His next door neighbor is a 1,000-year-old witch, by the way, who wears people's skins and is pretty fucking creepy. Now, I won't spoil anything for you guys, but that's just to give you kind of an idea, because this is such a weird movie. At times was rolling my eyes. It's like a lot of conflicting ideas. So on one hand, you have a pretty straight by the book kind of story that has a twist, a good one, by the way, while also having all these really cool scenes. But then sometimes they kind of don't work and fit together, and I'm not sure if that's because the characters weren't built up enough for me to really understand, and did I even care if the characters mattered or not? I mean, they were interesting enough, and the acting was decent enough, so I really didn't mind that, but I couldn't dislike the movie because of some of the scenes and things that they did in it, because there's enough weird shit going on to make any viewer interested. It's violent and bloody and does some pretty cool shit with it that you have to admire. I'm a horror fan, for Christ's sake. And there's other things where some of the dialogue was really bad, and I didn't understand the tone of this film while I was watching it. It's a weird thing. It's so hard to explain. There's this really gritty, violent, dark thing happening, and they've got this really good score, but it almost feels like it doesn't fit. It's like they wanted to have that dichotomy where it's heavy-handed, serious, with kind of a dark, whimsical thing going on while I'm watching the movie. Tonally, it was just kind of all over the place, and some of the choices they made, I was just like, what? But I couldn't stop watching. So it's hard for me to describe this film. It's hit the box office. It's #1 at the box office, guys. I mean, granted, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but hey, it kind of sparked my interest hearing about that. So I said, hey, you know what? I'll just fucking try it out. We watched it. I enjoyed it. I'm sitting probably at a firm 7, maybe 6.5, but it's just so hard to describe, and that's part of the reason why I didn't know if I was going to do this review. But I think if you enjoy witches and blood and guts and violence with a great twist, then you might want to watch it, because it is pretty enjoyable. I'd watch it again for sure. I almost want to watch it again just now because I am still not sure what I just watched. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for taking your time out of your day to spend with me. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please do hit the like and subscribe button and that little bell thing. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And as always, long live the void.